Welcome to the Mind Over Money podcast with Jessen James.
Hey everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Mind Over Money podcast. This is Jessen James. It's so good to have you here. If you are new to us, welcome. If you are not new to us, welcome back. And you know the drill. Look, if you like what you hear, if you are happy with the content that I'm putting out there, then please do me a favor. Like, follow us on your favorite platform. Make sure you subscribe, obviously, and leave a review and share it with someone that you love. This podcast is dedicated to helping you overcome your limiting beliefs, your mindset, anything to do that's stopping you from progressing in your career, which ultimately helps you make more money. And let's be perfectly honest, life is better when we don't have to worry about money. So let's get stuck in with this episode today. And today I want to talk to you about your worth. Because for many of us, I don't think we quite really understand that we are worth way more than we think. And the problem with us is we often take feedback from our surroundings externally rather than internally. So what do I mean by that? Well, look, I want you to imagine for a moment. Think of something or bring something to mind that you're really, really good at. Something that you're really, really good at. That could be a hobby. That could be something to do with work. It could be to do with problem solving. It could be to do with being that person who's great at listening or whatever. Now, just bring to mind something that you're really, really good at. Got it? Okay. Now, I want to ask you another question. How much do you think that is worth to somebody else? Now, chances are it's worth quite a bit. If you're giving advice, if you're helping, if you're solving problems, it's worth quite a bit. You might be really good at your job right now and you solve problems for your boss, which otherwise would cost them a hell of a lot of money. Or you might be great at something in your business that solves problems for your customers, which will ultimately help them on if they didn't get what they've got from you, it will cost them a lot of money. So think about it. What you do or what you're good at is worth a lot. And often what we end up doing is we end up going where we are tolerated, not where we are celebrated. And I want to give you an example of what I mean. If right now you're in a particular job or career that doesn't respect you, doesn't pay you what you're worth, doesn't light you up, doesn't make you feel valued or validated, then that's not cool, right? And maybe right now you're working with customers in your business who don't respect what you do, who don't value what you bring to the table. In fact, they probably try and belittle you or think that you're cheap or whatever it is. It's not cool. It's not a nice feeling, is it? Well, let me tell you a little story. If you walked into a supermarket and you bought, I don't know, a sandwich, the same sandwich that probably cost you about, I don't know, £2 in the supermarket, would probably cost you about £4, maybe £5 in a nice coffee shop. Am I right? Same sandwich, yeah? In a supermarket, it's about £2, $2, whatever currency you want to think about. Then you go to a nice coffee shop and they charge you maybe double, yeah? Let's say £5 for that same sandwich. But then you go to a nice restaurant and that sandwich is now, I don't know, £8. And then potentially you go, I don't know, to the airport where there's no food around, and they charge you £10 for the same sandwich. I want you to have a think about what I'm saying to you right now. It's not the sandwich that makes it more valuable. It's the location. I want to say that again. It's not the sandwich that makes it more valuable. It is the location. The same sandwich in the supermarket isn't the greatest of locations. It's very high volume, lots of people shopping around, lots of bargains to be had. £2, knock yourself out, have the sandwich. Then you go to a nice coffee shop, different environment, nicer place, not as hustly and bustly. So they charge you double, I don't know, £4, £5 for the sandwich. Then you take the same sandwich and then you go to a nice restaurant where there's a nice environment, all that kind of stuff, whatever it is. And they sit you down and someone comes and serves it to you and all that kind of stuff. And they charge you £8, maybe £9 or whatever it is. And then you go to the airport where it's not about how nice the environment. It's a case of scarcity. There's nothing else around. All the restaurants are heaving. I'm going to be late for my flight. I need to eat something before I get onto the plane because I don't know what time they're going to serve me food and all that kind of stuff, whatever. So you end up paying £10 for the same bloody sandwich. What am I trying to say to you is, listen, my friends, don't you dare belittle yourself. Don't you dare belittle your price point. Don't you dare have somebody in a certain environment make you feel that you're not worthy. Because at the end of the day, it's got nothing to do with you, and it's got everything to do with your location. So don't change your price, change your location. If right now you don't feel valued in your current workplace, I guarantee you someone's going to pay you more somewhere else. Let me give you an example of this. When I was a nurse, for those of you who don't know, I used to be a psychiatric nurse. When I was a psychiatric nurse, I was constantly bombarded by adverts in the Royal College of Nursing magazine and all sorts for me to move abroad and get paid $100,000 a year as a nurse in the UAE, in Saudi Arabia. They were paying 4 times nearly as much as what the UK were paying nurses back then. Same skill, different location. What's my point? Stop trying to force your value upon people in the wrong location. If that sandwich in the supermarket was trying to charge the same price as the airport, no one would buy it. Think about it. I don't care how good the sandwich is. Who on God's earth is going to pay £10 for a sandwich in the supermarket? Nobody. But the same sandwich they'd pay £10 at the airport. You catching my drift on this? So my point is very, very simple. It's the same in business. If right now you are pitching to people who don't see the value in what you bring to the table and they want it for peanuts and they want it for nothing, then it's got nothing to do with your price. It's got nothing to do with you. It's got everything to do with your location, my friend, because I know people that will pay 10 times for what you do. Why? They've got a different mindset. You solve a problem for them. They are in an investor mindset, not a cost mindset. The cheap customer is always about how much does it cost me? Whereas the more classy customer is going, hey, what is it going to make me and how is it going to save me time? And that is the same product, different location. So don't change your price, change your location. It's got nothing to do with you. It's got nothing to do with your value. Please don't let people in cheap locations make you feel like you were cheap. It's the same in the job. If your employer doesn't value what you do right now, I guarantee you there's going to be someone out there that does in a different location. So I guess what I'm trying to say to you, my friends, on this episode is, please do yourself a favor. If you're not happy where you are right now, you're not a tree. Move. There is someone out there right now that will value what you do. And by the way, this is not just to do with money. Relationships are the same. Look, have you ever heard one person's trash is another person's treasure? It's the same in relationships. If you're in a relationship right now and that person doesn't value you, doesn't see the value in you, and you pour your heart and soul into that relationship, you're a good person, you care, you provide, you look after, you pour into that person, you're a great partner, whatever it is, and that person doesn't appreciate you for who you are and what you do, it's got nothing to do with you. Stop making it about you, making yourself feel that, oh, maybe there's something wrong with me, and maybe this is what it's meant to be like, and maybe I don't deserve happiness. No. It's got everything to do with the location that you're pouring into. If you're pouring into the wrong household, into the wrong partner, into the wrong person, then it's got nothing to do with you. So don't change your worth. Don't lower your standards. Don't become somebody else. Change location. You're not a tree. Move. And some of you listening to this need to do stuff like that. And you need to be braver and more courageous, because I promise you, go where you are celebrated, not where you are tolerated, and your life will completely change. Some of us are settling for little. We're settling for less because we value security more than freedom. We don't want to venture out into the unknown. We don't want to up our prices. We don't want to sell to a different type of customer. We don't want to apply for a different job elsewhere. We don't want to level up. Why? Because we get settling for comfort over here. Please look, life's too short to live with regrets, my friends. And often they say, oh, I regret doing this and I regret doing that. Never regret what you've done. Regret what you haven't done. I'll say that again. Never regret what you've done. Regret what you haven't done. So I implore you, my friends, if right now you are not feeling valued financially, emotionally, physically, spiritually, where you are right now, It's got everything to do with your location. It's got nothing to do with you, because you take the same skill set, you take the same energy, you take the same person that you are today and plant you in a completely different location. And I promise you, you will see that you are more valuable than you think. So don't change your prices. Don't change who you are. Just change your location. Make sense? So I hope this episode served you in some way or form. If it did, please leave me a review. Please take a moment to write something. If you're driving, stop the car, pull over. Just tell me how you feel about what I've just said. And make sure you subscribe on your favorite platform, and make sure you share this episode with someone who perhaps doesn't feel very valued right now, because I promise you, it will perk them up. Just a few minutes listening to this and you could completely course correct someone else's life. So who do you care about right now? If you care about someone, forward them this episode. So I appreciate you so much. And until next time, I wish you all the wealth, health, success, and happiness that you truly, truly deserve.
You've been listening to the Mind Over Money podcast with Jessen James. Don't forget to subscribe and follow on all the channels. Links in the show notes. Please also leave a review and visit www.jessenjames.com to find more resources on how to create the life you deserve.